Hello, my name is Kelly Kemchensky, and for my final presentation in our Management 173 class, I will be speaking about employee management relations. This can be a very broad topic, but my presentation will focus on the role that a manager has in providing a good relationship with their employees. A little background about myself: I have been working in the souvenir industry since I was 16 years old, which has been about 14 years ago, so you do the math. I started my work experience at a very busy souvenir shop back home in Waikiki, which is located in Honolulu, Hawaii. When I moved to San Francisco in 2008, I left as a store supervisor. I also was working as a buyer/manager for another shop nearby. Throughout the years into present day, I have held a variety of management positions in retail and now manage a group of 16 employees for a large store here on Fisherman's Wharf. This topic, employee management relations, is very important to me as it will help me perform my job a little better. So what exactly is employee management relations about? Well, the meaning is in this graphic. The most important component of a business are the people. Every business has some form of management that leads the team of employees. Employee management relations is largely the company's efforts to manage relationships between employers and employees. An organization with a good employee relations program provides fair and consistent treatment to all employees so that they will be committed to their jobs and loyal to the company. Such programs also aim to prevent and resolve problems arising from situations at work. A great film that represents the importance of employee management relations would be, perhaps you've seen it, The Devil Wears Prada, which was released in 2006. The movie stars Anne Hathaway as Andrea Sachs, a young girl fresh out of college with hopes of pursuing a career in journalism, and Meryl Streep playing Miranda Priestley, a well-known editor-in-chief for a fashion magazine. Andrea, who is unfamiliar to anything regarding the fashion world, let alone her own style, becomes Miranda's junior assistant. Miranda's character is rather intimidating, bizarre, and humiliating, especially to Andrea, who runs to her every beck and call. Andrea figures that she would just stick it out and work for Miranda for a year before getting her dream job. Gradually, Miranda sees Andrea's commitment and allows her to travel with her to a prestigious fashion show in France. The movie ends with Andrea eventually quitting her job because she cannot take Miranda's demands. This movie illustrates what a poor employee management relationship can do. In this case, Miranda lost a very valuable employee. A great film that represents the importance of employee management relations would be, perhaps you've seen it, The Devil Wears Prada, which was released in 2006. The movie stars Anne Hathaway as Andrea Sachs, a young girl fresh out of college with hopes of pursuing a career in journalism, and Meryl Streep playing Miranda Priestley, a well-known editor-in-chief for a fashion magazine. Andrea, who is unfamiliar to anything regarding the fashion world, let alone her own style, becomes Miranda's junior assistant. Miranda's character is rather intimidating, bizarre, and humiliating, especially to Andrea, who runs to her every beck and call. Andrea figures that she would just stick it out and work for Miranda for a year before pursuing her dream job. Gradually, Miranda sees Andrea's commitment and allows her to travel with her to a prestigious fashion show in France. The movie ends with Andrea eventually quitting her job because she cannot take Miranda's demands. This movie illustrates what a poor employee management relationship can do. In this case, Miranda lost a valuable employee. Here, Here, I will share my personal experience in employee management relations. In this graphic, the blue guy represents me with the owner of my former company in red. Our relationship was largely a love-hate type, where I received very minimal appreciation for my hard work and loyalty to the company. We were unable to effectively work together and reach common goals, and we weren't able to listen to each other or offer recommendations for improvement in any business related goals. I received very little guidance, and we weren't able to work in a comfortable setting, much like the devil wears Prada, so I had to leave to pursue other opportunities. Here I am early in my management career, out to dinner and drinks with a group of my employees. I didn't want to be the type of manager the owner of my company was, who would constantly demand perfection. I wanted my employees to like me and who they worked for. So, which one of these examples was a good example of a solid employee management relationship? Neither. If any of you have seen the movie Office Space, you would know you'd hate your job if you had to work for a boss like Bill Lumberg. However, to the right is my ideal type of relationship I like to have, and something I am currently working on with my new company and staff, where management and employees work together in a cohesive environment. Good employee management relations will do the following as seen on this slide. Require the manager to hire, train, and motivate employees correctly and ethically. Negligent hiring is something that we touched on in Chapter 13 of our textbook. Basically, it is the responsibility of the employer to use reasonable care in the hiring process when selecting new candidates. By doing so, it saves the company time, money, and added stress in recruiting candidates. Also, allow the employee to work in a controlled, safe, and productive environment. Controlled meaning the workplace is safe and free from danger. This will increase productivity throughout the company. Here are some examples of bad employer-employee relationships. In any circumstance, if you're a boss that is dating your employee or vice versa, You can say goodbye to becoming successful in achieving the goals of your company. Workplace romances, especially with subordinates, are almost always a bad idea because you risk the following of occurring: favoritism amongst employees. This could affect morale amongst your staff because your employees will assume that your other half is the most favorite out of the bunch. It could also lead to other problems down the line. This also represents a lack of professionalism and can lead to a drop in productivity within all members of your organization. You'd also risk the chance of sexual harassment occurring. Say your relationship ends and your former partner files a claim. This could jeopardize your job, create a rift within the company, and bring negative attention to all who are affected by this claim. Also, there is disciplinary action. Perhaps you, as the manager, notices an employee that isn't performing well. He or she is constantly breaking, rules, policies. However, you fail to reprimand this employee. You take inaction, and this bad behavior keeps on occurring. Finally, you decide to fire the person. However, if you're breaking any rules or rights of any disciplinary action, then the employee has the right to perhaps file a wrongful termination lawsuit. So, how do you create a positive employee manager relationship? Make work fun. Set goals and reward staff with fun activities. Here is a photo of me and a few members of my staff a few years back. We closed the shops early one day and had a company dinner. When a team consistently works hard day after day, we lose track of who each other is. It's a good idea to incorporate fun activities such as a company dinner, scavenger hunt, a potluck at the office, or tickets to a Giants game. Activities such as this will help with team building and is seen as rewarding. But if you do this, be sure to set boundaries so that you don't cross the line between becoming sociable with your employees. Other ideas that a manager can do to build a better relationship with their employees is to be a coach, mentor, and leader. I can remember one of the best bosses I ever had was back when I used to work in that souvenir shop in Hawaii. His name was James, and I enjoyed working for him because he didn't treat me or any of my coworkers as just employees. He was always in a positive and uplifting mood and liked to make work fun. He would even treat us to cheesecake from a restaurant across the street, simply because he loved cheesecake. He was always there for me when I went through tough times personally, and even drove me home when my car broke down. He worked the hardest out of all of us, and he genuinely cared for all, which made me and everyone else want to work our hardest. We wanted to make him proud. A combination of these things will help you as a manager become an inspiration and reflect a high level of integrity. It's also important to work with your staff. In conclusion, I want to thank all of you for listening to my presentation on employee manager relations, and I want to wish all of you a good luck in this class and your future classes going forward. Thank you.